Good morning, shit biscuits. Alright, I'll be the first to admit, I don't really give a shit what age demographic watches my videos. Cause quite frankly, it's not my responsibility to look after that shit. But to keep the communism of YouTube off my back, I will go ahead and say that if you are under the age of 18, I would not advise you watch these videos. Cause these tend to get violent and have a lot of cussing. Again, I personally don't give a fuck. But at the same time, I'm not about to leave myself open for an attack. So, 18 or older, you're cool. Under that, I wouldn't recommend it.
Greetings, mine fellow fanatics of the world. It is I, Gfanatic 94, and my right-hand man, the Iron Noah.
Hello there. I should probably change my profile picture now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me do that real quickly, actually. While recording, yes. I'm doing this while we're recording.
Okay.
Because I don't think Alice Angel fits the job of Godzilla enthusiast.
Yeah. Okay.
Though I will say I'm a simp.
Like, does the profile picture automatically update or no?
It should. Hold on, I have too many fucking pictures. Oh god, I have too many. Oh no. I have too many. You know what? Where did it go? Fuck, where did it go?
I don't know. While Noah's figuring that out, I'm gonna go ahead and explain what exactly today's video is gonna be. So, as you all know, today, once again, just like last year, is the birthday of the King of the Monsters. And you know that after last year, me and Noah, we tend to celebrate the King of the Monsters' birthday in glorious fashion. Seeing as how we made an entire Godzilla-thon for it. So yeah. Today, we figured that for this year, we're celebrating the King of the Monsters' birthday in one of the best ways possible. Me and Noah are both going to count down our top 10 picks for our top 10 favorite Godzilla movies.
Yep.
I still see your picture hasn't changed, bro. Are you waiting, or are you still having trouble finding it? Oh shit, I should probably hide these.
There we go. There we go.
Aha! Sweet! Hold on, let me get a better look at it. Wait, why can I not see it? Oh, okay, I see it now. Alright. It just needs time to adjust. Alright, so yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down some ground rules. And these may be self-explanatory or whatever. First of all, obviously there's no right or wrong answer to the top 10 list, to a top 10 list of this magnitude. Like, Noah's got his top 10 favorite movies, I've got mine, and I'm sure that me and Noah's opinions are gonna differ dramatically, so I mean...
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit. And yeah, I will be starting us off in today's video. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is me and Noah are going to basically talk about each of these movies, and we're going to try to limit it to 5 minutes, because I don't really want this video to reach, like, you know, I don't want this video to reach the levels of, like, 6 hours long. So, me and Noah are going to be trying to, you know, limit ourselves on how much we say on each movie until we both reach our number 1 spot. Then it doesn't really matter. We're both gonna gush about those movies no matter what.
Yeah.
So yeah. We're gonna go ahead and start this off. And, yeah. Let's get straight into the top list.
Yeah! Come on! Yeah! I've been more than ready, prepping heavy for this day to come.
so for my top 10 pick, well, my first of the top 10 picks, I got Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, and Noah has...
Godzilla and the Planet Eater.
Indeed. Alright, so, yeah, I already said I'm going first. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. Released in the year 2000, this film was absolutely fucking hilarious, and I feel like one of the main reasons why I like this movie is because they did try to bring back quite a lot of the goofy aspects of like the 60s and the 70s movies, but they still kept the overall serious tone of the Millennium series in general. And quite frankly, you can expect most of the Millennium movies to appear on this list for one reason and one reason alone. Godzilla and his opponents adapting their fighting styles on the fly. I'm not kidding you when I say that in the Millennium series, most of the fights in these movies feel like anime battles, and that is not a fucking bad thing. And it is especially, well, not from Megaguirus' perspective per se, but it is abundantly clear in this movie that they were trying to make Godzilla be a more intelligent fighter rather than just a brute strength moron. And I really like that about the Millennium series, especially with how efficient Godzilla is in this film. You know, samurai moment and whatnot. And, yeah. And honestly, bro, one of the more underrated aspects of most Godzilla movies, the human aspect. I know it's not exactly the most glamorous part of this movie, but the one thing of the human aspect of this movie that genuinely got me, you know, scared for Godzilla a little bit, these motherfuckers built a black hole gun that they can shoot at Godzilla from space.
Still wondering how the fuck they built that in such a quick time.
Anime logic, bro. It literally defies all manner of, you know, fucking the laws of physics.
You know, understand. If a scientist in the Dragon Ball world can build a goddamn android that can fight people on par with fucking gods, then I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm surprised either, but at this point, man, like, there's literally no logically explaining this shit. You cannot explain the dimension-tied gun without just straight-up black magic as some of the explanation, because straight up, this thing is not possible to exist, and it's... It's honestly one of the better parts of the movie, especially when it's literally like they just crumpled all of the laws of physics and were like, fuck it, throw it out the window. Like, yeah. And, yeah, man, the last thing I want to mention about this movie, before we move on, is the monster designs. First of all, Godzilla, he's fucking brilliant. He always is. He's the king of the monsters. He's amazing. He's the boy. But then, there's Megaguirus. And goddamn, Megaguirus just looks great. She looks menacing. She looks, honestly, kind of, like, she looks kind of dangerous, honestly. Am I the only one who thinks that?
Oh, no. If she can stab your dick and drain your energy like that, then...
Yeah. Oh, poor Goji. But, yeah, I mean, the monster designs, the overall human aspect, and the just outlandish science aspect of this movie, combined with the kick-ass fight scenes, it just makes this movie all the better for me. And honestly, man, yeah, I would have no, it was a hard bargain between this movie and another one that will most likely be in honorable mentions as top 10. But in the end, I gotta give it to Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. And now, we move on to yours. Godzilla the Planet Eater.
Godzilla the Planet Eater. Part of a little 3-movie series that's very controversial in the Godzilla franchise. However, due to its many faults, it does have some sort of joy in it, especially with its anime-like style. Main reason I chose Godzilla Planet Eater out of the three to be one of my top 10 and is the number 10 is because one, it includes one of my other favorite kaijus besides Godzilla, even how poorly it's used.
Yep, King Ghidorah, buddy. I know that off the bat. You fucking love Ghidorah.
Yep. If I'm telling you, I'm saying this now because I'm probably gonna bring it up later with some other movies. But if I wasn't as much of a fan of Godzilla as I am, dragons would be my top, and seeing Ghidorah, well, I gotta be in heaven.
Yeah.
Because, well, yes, a lot of the story, the plot is a bit meh compared to some other films. It still has its joys. What you could, if you could even call it a fight. Scenes of the two kaijus was, I mean, well, yeah, seen as how the whole Planet Earth series is slow.
Yeah.
It was still something to watch, especially to see Ghidorah's unnatural powers against Godzilla, which at that point of time, there's no debate. He was the most powerful being in that time, literally being the world tree of Earth. But then
Yeah.
seeing Ghidorah, who just, don't mind if I put another GIF in here,
Nope, feel free, bro. This is your section of the
just,
video. Do whatever the fuck you want.
who just straight up made a motherfucking atomic breath curve.
Yep. Just like with Dimension Tide and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, fucking Void Ghidorah doesn't obey the laws of physics.
Yup. So that in itself makes Void Ghidorah, as he's called, a lot more interesting because it makes you want to see a full-fledged ass fight. But unfortunately, the movie didn't bring it to us. That's why it's so low. But out of the three animated Godzilla movies, I will have to say this one's my favorite.
No arguments
And
there, bro.
so yeah, I'll leave it at there because I don't want to drag it a bit too much.
Alright.
Because there's some other movies I'd.
Alrighty. And yeah, before we move on, yeah, like, when talking about Godzilla movies, these two are a perfect example of just the simple fact that there are some Godzilla movies that you just have to just accept that things are not going to make fucking sense. And Dimension Tide and Void Ghidorah's powers are two prime examples of that. Because Dimension Tide flat out should not exist. And Void Ghidorah, well, the whole story behind him is that he's a being from another dimension that couldn't really exist in our world without a catalyst. So,
Yep.
yeah. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's move on to number 9.
If you let me keep it steady, you gon' know who won. I don't take it easy, nothing easy, stuff I'm giving up. I don't do no way except these weights that I've been lifting up. Got no fear in my body.
Alright, so for our number 9 picks, I have Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, released in 1994, and released in 1964. Noah has
The non-Godzilla titled movie, Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Do you want to go first this time, or do you want me?
Fuck it, I might as well. Okay. Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. One of the, actually, not one of, but it is the technically third, colored Godzilla movie in the franchise, after both his black and white movies, introducing his biggest and most iconic rival yet, Ghidorah. Which I don't fucking care who says that design is fucking kick ass.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But yeah, this is a movie where it straight up started the power creep and how strong these monsters are going to get. And if you thought Godzilla was, oh shit, what the fuck are we gonna do? Well, here's Ghidorah, the motherfucker who straight up destroys planets.
Yeah. Not to mention, it took Earth's 3 mightiest monsters to take him down.
Yep, and even then, I will talk about this later. Even then, Ghidorah fucking fought them like a champ. Those 3 heads for each of those fucking monsters. Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan. I'm sorry to say this, but for the little bit, they were getting their asses ran.
Yep.
However, then next part, which the only real thing I don't necessarily like about the show Ghidorah was that for most of the time he is being controlled.
You know what? Fair enough.
But other than that, I simply like this movie just because it is Ghidorah's first starring appearance, still holding up to this day, especially with now the Showa era turning a little bit more towards children.
Yeah.
That's why some cases a little bit goofy, as you see up in this gif. Ghidorah shooting Goji right up in the ass.
Yeah. Oh, but that's not
And-
even the worst abuse Goji takes in this movie either.
Yeah. And that's safe to say in the next movie too, because let's just say Godzilla, he might as well stand next to Vegeta, honestly.
Damn it, Noah! I was not expecting that.
I was saving that up because while it's not in my top 10, Invasion of Astro Monster was still a good watch, especially in that
Alright.
certain scene. But yeah, my number 9, Ghidorah 3-Headed Monster. It's a fun movie through and through, and just I overall enjoy it a lot. It's just because Ghidorah is the main antagonist, and for the most part, what the fuck are we gonna do? But power of teamwork.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, I think I'm gonna leave it off here and pass the torch on to you for your mighty space monster.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Alright, here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. My number 9 pick, released in 1994, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. I will be the first to admit, this movie probably has no business being on my top 10 list, because I'll be straight up honest with you guys. Movie's kind of shit. There's no two ways about it. The movie is genuinely bad. There's no other way to describe it. It's one of the lowest points of the Heisei series. However, the reason it's on this list is for the sole purpose of its villain, Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is an absolute fucking unit in this movie, and dude, I've said it before, and I am more than happy to say it again. Space Godzilla is the second greatest supervillain of all time. I love this man in this movie, and seeing as how this is his debut, I kind of have no choice but to put this movie in a top 10 list. I literally can't. So, I mean, yeah. And in terms of just overall plot in the movie, the movie itself, it feels like the film could have genuinely had some value to it if they would have focused on the writing aspect of the film, because, yeah, man, I mean, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, the human aspect, it has a genuinely good actor and a well-written story arc for the dude by the name of Yuki, and honestly, that was, besides Space Godzilla, that was one of the best parts of the film. On to the monster part of it, though. The monsters, I'll be honest, man. First of all, Baby Godzilla. Baby Godzilla just looks out of place. He looks fucking stupid and way too fucking cute to belong in the Heisei series. And, yeah. Mogira, it's not the worst decision, but I feel like they squandered that thing's potential, and they could have just made another Mechagodzilla, which would have been a hell of a lot better. And then the two main guys of the film, Godzilla and Space Godzilla. Obviously, I can gush for hours about Space Godzilla, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it off with Space Godzilla by saying that, you know, Space Godzilla is just, he's classy, he's badass, he's powerful, and he single-handedly gave Godzilla more trouble in the Heisei series than any other villain, with the exception of Destroya. So, yeah, I rest my case. Space Godzilla's badass, and despite the fact that Godzilla's role in the movie could have been a hell of a lot better, I do still feel as though the 1994 Godzilla suit is honestly not bad. I don't really think there ever was a bad suit design in the Heisei series, and frankly, there wasn't one for the Millennium series either, but all in all, I just wish that Godzilla was handled better. I wish that the human aspect was handled better. But Space Godzilla more than makes up with it, with his absolutely classy appearance and his kick-ass and evil, just sinisterly evil personality. And with that being said, that's all I have to say about this movie. So, let's go ahead and move on to our number 8 picks.
No, I don't need nobody. I know everything that got me. So now nothing can stop me. I just grind and work. Yeah, you know the motto. You know we going hard, but we might never see tomorrow.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with number 8 on our lists. I have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from 1974, and Noah, Godzilla Final Wars.
You're the thieves.
Yep. You want to go first, Noah, or do you want me to?
Let's keep this in a somewhat of a pattern and have you go first this time.
Alright, yeah. Here we go. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1974. What can I really say about this movie that really hasn't been said already? It's a fantastic film, and quite honestly, I mean, it does quite a few things that a lot of other Godzilla movies try to do and tend to fail at, and that is have a good balance between the monster action and the human action. Yeah, straight up. Whereas, obviously, the suits themselves are from the 70s, so they're kind of cheesy and a little corny in places. They still look damn good on screen, and not only do the visual and special effects meld almost seamlessly together in this film, but, quite frankly, Mechagodzilla, my guy. Fucking Mechagodzilla. This man... This man in this film steals the show. Single-handedly one of the coolest villains to ever exist in the Godzilla franchise. Obviously, considering the fact that every time Godzilla has been rebooted, so has this bastard. Yeah. And, well, not quite every time, but for every era. You know what I mean.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I was about to mention the Reiro era, but we got both fucking anime trilogy and Singular Point. So
yeah. Well, I mean, technically the anime trilogy doesn't really count, but we'll pretend it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can pretend.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, man, yeah, like I said, the monster action and the human action is actually balanced pretty damn equally, because not only is the monster action absolutely enthralling to get into and enjoyable as hell, but the human action itself is actually pretty damn well written too. And not only that, but they took a concept that the Godzilla movies of the 60s and 70s had ran into the ground and made it interesting again. An alien invasion plot. Yeah, given how much the Godzilla movies had fallen back on having exclusively space threats, It's honestly kind of impressive that they were able to actually make this entertaining again in the overall plot of the movie. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about the human action other than the fact that it's just fun and cheesy as fuck. But that's honestly kind of part of the charm, considering this movie is from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, also, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna say this, too. Mechagodzilla, I already mentioned how badass he is in this movie and how fucking amazing he looks. But Godzilla doesn't look bad either. He's not my personal favorite Showa Godzilla design, but he's not bad. He looks good, and not only that, but I love his personality in this movie. I love how playful, but at the same time serious and down to the bone he is.
Only unfortunate thing about the movie is it's the last appearance of Anguirus until, well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, poor bastard.
At least he went down with. Well, he didn't really die, but at least he gave a good fight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was able to help the humans figure out that Mechagodzilla was in fact Mechagodzilla and not Godzilla, so, you know. But with that being said, oh yeah, I'm almost out of time anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hand it off to you for Godzilla Final Wars.
50 years after his first appearance. 50 long years. And the man comes back with an all-action special. Godzilla Final Wars. Cue the music.
I will
But
if
anyway.
it's not copyrighted.
Yeah. But anyways, the reason this is my number 8 is because overall, like you said with your Mecha Godzilla, well, fuck, I messed that up already. Like you said with your top 8, and all the action, this movie is just once Godzilla actually appears, fuck, shit goes down.
Oh yeah, it doesn't slow down at all.
No, it just goes fast as fuck. This movie isn't, it's not perfect, it still has plot issues, of course, most movies have that, but this movie, it just brings in the game, the fighting, the fucking kung fu ass shit going on. Martial artist Godzilla in here.
Yeah, the only Godzilla to officially know martial arts.
It's crazy. Then also, the technically new, but not new Monster X, that's also later revealed as a Kaiser Ghidorah. Interesting take on him. Badass design. And goddamn, his presence in the music too. Which I will get on to one of my other top 5 Godzilla movies in terms of the music. You probably might know one of those type 5s.
I'm willing to bet I do, and I'm looking forward to it.
But yeah, Final Wars is overall just a fun film to watch. Granted, it's a little bit slow at the start, but once all that monster action starts, oh, it's enjoyable.
And let's not forget the most important aspect of the movie: the king obliterates the fraud.
Oh, so true. It's so funny. Toho straight up just got the rights to it, dubbed him Zilla, and just to have him be killed by the real deal.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Talk about humiliation, goddamn.
I wish I was there to see it in theaters. That would have been so great.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, I couldn't have made it because I was only 2 when this movie came out, so...
I didn't even exist.
Oh, shit.
I didn't even exist.
Sorry.
I wasn't even a concept.
Oh, shit, you made me laugh.
Well, that's all I'm going to say for now. I would definitely recommend watching it. It is a fun film to watch.
Amen, brother.
But anyways, that'd be it for my top 8. Now, time for número 7, amigo.
I kept my eye on the face and got real from it. Real. Master patience and free will from it. That's the real motivation. Some people kill for it. I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it.
And coming in at number 7 for both of our lists, Noah has selected
Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2, which makes no absolute sense in continuity-wise.
Then there's also my pick for number 7 here, Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. You want to go first, or you want me to?
I'll go first this time, because when it comes down to it, when I know for a fact, not to spoil the viewers, that you're going to have this on your list, I'm going to keep it nice, short and simple. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Boy, what can I say? It is overall a good film. The plot is actually really good if you think about it, because one, not only does it introduce 3 new kaijus, but 2 of them that are more classic, while one is being sort of new, sort of not. With one being the main part of the main title, Super Mechagodzilla, which I will say, unfortunately, the poster is kind of clickbait.
Yeah.
Not to shame on this design. It's still recognizable as Mechagodzilla. It's not bad at all. It's just this poster, man. Come on, gotta bait us out like that. And then, of course, we got Godzilla, which, well, it's Godzilla. What else can I say about it? But then we got Rodan, which also later in the movie is dubbed Fire Rodan. Gets its own special beam, and then, of course, Godzilla's main drive in the movie so far, the little one.
Yeah, the main driving force of the whole plot.
Baby Godzilla. God damn, he's adorable. Oh, yeah.
Adorable and badass looking. Look at that damn beast.
But yeah, I do quite enjoy this film. I'd always be down to watch this. So really, I don't have much else to say because I'm probably gonna be. My buddy over here, Gfanatic, is gonna say a lot more. So I'm a.
Oh fuck yeah! You bet I am.
So we'll keep it short and simple with this. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Great film. Anyways, it's your turn to discuss of the 2 most iconic monsters in fiction.
So for my number 7 pick, ladies and gentlemen, I have chosen one of the newest Godzilla movies to come out in theaters, Godzilla vs. Kong, released in 2021. Honestly, I feel like this movie doesn't really get enough recognition. It still gets quite a bit, but I think it deserves somewhat more. And obviously with Godzilla x Kong, the new empire coming out here soon, obviously, you know, people are about to forget about Godzilla vs. Kong and just be like, fuck it, that's in the past. But honestly, dude, I'll be the first to admit, Godzilla vs. Kong does have plenty of problems. It does.
Oh yeah.
But I personally think that the positives far outweigh the negatives, and Godzilla vs. Kong 2021, there's only really one major problem I have with it, so I'll talk about that one here in just a sec. But first of all, Godzilla and Kong themselves. I've given the legendary redesign for Godzilla shit a lot, and I will continue to give it shit because, you know, 2014 is the GOAT. Despite my disdain for this design, I still do enjoy Godzilla in this film, and he doesn't look bad. He looks badass, and not only that, his opponent, Kong. Dude, this is one of the second best movies that has ever featured King Kong in a film, and that includes the original. And, dude, King Kong in this movie is fucking great, and quite frankly, I wouldn't have had it any other way. The only major problem I have with this movie, Mechagodzilla. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, it's unrealistic for them to have made Mechagodzilla in 5 years. Mechagodzilla's so stupid. No, Mechagodzilla's story in this movie is honestly kind of good and well thought out. My major beef with Mechagodzilla is his design. Noah, I know you kind of like the Mechagodzilla design from this movie, but I can't stomach it.
Like
I
is
really
a strong word.
What's up?
Like is a strong word.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Fair
okay
enough.
with the design. I'm okay with the design.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me personally, I know that this Mechagodzilla design, a lot of people tend to like it. I just can't, I can't stomach it. I really can't. This Mechagodzilla design just doesn't sit right with me. It seems like all the other Mechagodzillas from the classic films thrown into a blender.
Not a good blunder at that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my one major beef with this movie. Everything else about the film, including Madison Russell and the rest of the human characters, they're enjoyable. And they're honestly one of the best parts of the film. And it's rare when I can say that for a Godzilla movie, so, I mean, yeah. But with that being said, it's time for us to move on to number 6.
Here we go. Give it 100, never left the ledge. Here we go. We coming, you already know the rest. Here we go. We never settle, cause we know it best. Here we go. Who want a test? Leave you out of. Here we go. Give it 100, never left the ledge. Here we go. We coming, you already.
And coming in at number 6, we have my pick, Godzilla 1984, aka The Return of Godzilla, and our first recurring movie on this list, Noah's number 6 pick, Godzilla vs. Kong 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going first, Noah?
Let's have you go first with the non-reoccurring movie.
Alrighty. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, The Return of Godzilla 1984. This movie is one of the closest to perfect that the franchise is ever gonna get. And quite frankly, I mean, there's a lot I could say about this movie, including but not limited to its, political standings and shit like that, considering that this movie was made during the height of the Cold War. But instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and just say how badass this movie is. First of all, the plot. It's simple, but effective. Godzilla is back, he's more dangerous than he's ever been, and, well, he's also the one thing keeping Japan from prosperity, so it's all-out war against Godzilla, even if they can't kill him. Yeah, man, this movie just kicks things up to 11 when it comes to the monster action. And when it comes to the overall human plot and how integral our main characters are to the story, so the humans themselves, they're not really that important-ish to the plot until like the last half of the film. When the main scientist of the movie is the one who ends up getting rid of Godzilla by luring him to a volcano that they use explosives to drop his gigantic ass inside of. And that brings me to Godzilla himself. My God. Zilla. Yeah.
You fucking ass dude, don't you?
Yeah, man. Godzilla in this movie looks almost fucking flawless. This is easily one of the best suits for Godzilla. It's one of the best designs he's ever had. And frankly, I'm kind of disappointed we never got to see more of this suit. I love Godzilla in this movie. I love the way he acts. I love his personality. I love the way he looks. I love the way his powers are portrayed. It's a damn near flawless interpretation of the King of the Monsters. No shit, no jokes, no nothing. I fucking love it. And now, I'm going to hand it off to you for your number 6 pick. Once again, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Godzilla versus Kong. Definitely a lot of modern MonsterVerse, well, people's favorites, honestly. But while yes, as stated, it does have the monsters' two most iconic kaiju's battling it out. But the main thing that I love about this film is that it actually portrays the MonsterVerse Godzilla, that yes, the American Godzilla, as actually, well, in my eyes, as Godzilla, in which case means Godzilla from 1954 in terms of destruction.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, for most of the MonsterVerse, we don't really see Godzilla actually out there destroying shit. But when this film had Godzilla going out there hunting for essentially Apex and destroying stuff, that I just fucking loved it. Because I will probably reoccur this a lot more. I just love it when Godzilla is portrayed as this unstoppable force of nature that's out for humanity for the atrocities they caused, which I will get into one of my other picks.
Okay.
So that's the main reason I like Godzilla vs. Kong. Sure, yeah, the fighting action is all cool and all, and it also makes us better, but I don't fucking care. I want to see Godzilla destroy shit. But yeah, I'll keep it as simple as that. My top 6, Godzilla vs. Kong. Main reason I like it, just Godzilla overall being, well, some may say the god of destruction.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was about to say that, man, because I know that back when we did our Godzilla-thon, you mentioned how you want to see more movies of Godzilla being portrayed as this, like, destructive, just overwhelming force of nature.
Which, in that case, I can't wait for -1.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Probably by the time this is out, the movie might possibly be out. I don't remember when exactly it's gonna be
It'll
out.
be out. Okay, so it releases today on November 3rd in Japan. In America, it releases on December 1st.
Alright, but yeah. By the time that movie's out, I'm going to push away most other stuff until I'm able to watch it myself, because I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I totally get it, because I've been avoiding any and all of Dangerville's YouTube videos and shit like that since, leaks and shit started coming out for Godzilla X Kong. So, yeah.
But yeah, and which I will say this now, my top 5 does relate to this topic of destruction, so...
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm excited now. With that being said, you ready for number 5, bro?
Indeed I am. The final countdown.
Nice! Yes! Yes! Brilliant! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number 5, we have Noah's 1999 pick.
Godzilla 2000. Even though it's
And
released in 1999.
Yep, it's like a car. And then there's my number 5 pick. The OG, the first movie in all of the franchise. Godzilla, 1954.
Look, it's Godzilla!
Honestly, dude, this movie is the closest thing that I can ever genuinely say to perfect that there is. Even though there are more Godzilla movies that I prefer, I think that the 1954 film is damn near flawless. The message behind the film, the overall quality of the miniature sets and the suit, despite the fact that the suit damn near killed both of the actors. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, just pretty much everything about this movie, all the way from the acting to the film quality in general, it's just so damn good. And honestly, I really wish that Hollywood would go back to, movies like this where they had a vision of the film before they started working on it, and then they put some hard work and dedication into making their vision come true. Because quite frankly, man, the 1954 movie is just muy caliente, chef's kiss. I fucking love it. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, man, the main thing I want to talk about with this movie is the suit. The suit is fucking phenomenal. And I know that we're likely going to see a modernized version of this design in the new Godzilla -1, but just the simple fact that this suit just looks so damn good. And even though this film was made back in the days of black and white filmmaking, it still stands up to this day, which is fucking incredible. And before I leave it off, I just got one more thing I have to say about the 1954 film. Back when we did our Godzilla-thon, I had only ever watched the American version of this movie, the 1956 re-edit of Godzilla King of the Monsters. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, that kicked off the franchise. However, since the Godzilla-thon, I have had the pleasure of sitting down and watching the full original Japanese cut of the 1954 Godzilla film. And my God, fucking inspirational, dude. Absolutely just fucking leagues better than anything that 1956 re-edit could ever hope to achieve. And dude, it really sucks that this movie was butchered by America, because the message behind it was just fucking glorious and honestly still very relevant to this day. So yeah, man, that's my number 5 pick. I'm gonna hand it off to you for Godzilla 2000. Let your heart sing, Noah!
Bum, 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 bum. It's Godzilla 2000, introducing you to the new age of humanity of the 2000s, even though this came in 1999. Well, okay, where should I start this with this movie? Because, I had a joy watching this.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is also, in fact, well, not really in fact, but a message to the Americans after the atrocity of 1998.
I knew it! I knew he was gonna mention this! I fucking knew it!
This movie just... I loved it, especially with the fact... yes, I do at times prefer the classic charcoal-like coloring for Godzilla. The fact that they kind of used the colored interpretations for Godzilla of the green scales and purple spines, and not only that, with that orange atomic breath, just makes this design brilliant. And the dorsal plates, I fucking love them.
Oh yeah, I know you do, man. I've heard you talk about those dorsal fins and just this design in general, Meyer Goji, at great length many a time, bro.
Yes, and then the antagonist kaiju, Orga. God damn, he's a scary motherfucker if you're watching this as a kid.
Yep.
Because just imagine that. You're just there watching this epic kaiju fight, but then Orga opens his mouth to astronomical lengths and just starts swallowing Godzilla, trying to eat him, trying to get his powers. Oh, that was creepy.
How'd you say it when we did our Godzilla King of the Monsters review? The CGI helper?
But yeah, Now I'm going to go off about this because this is one of the main things that got me into the Godzilla franchise. That being Godzilla overall, on his what he represents is the atomic power and what it could cause, and that being destruction. Even after the defeat of Orga, like most movies would have this Godzilla swim away, like the day is done. What he came for is done. No, this Godzilla. This is what I love about Godzilla. He just goes back and just to, well, during the credits, he still fucks up humanity. He is making them pay for their sins. He is the cause of nuclear. Godzilla is the result of nuclear warfare, which I might talk if I do have a certain movie in my upcoming things, but I just love this about this movie because even after the credits, Godzilla still goes on a rampage.
Yep.
Because, oh no, there goes Tokyo. Go, go, Godzilla!
Yes.
Oh, because overall, I really enjoyed this film, which is that's one of the reasons why I do have it as one of my top 5. I just love it.
All right. Amen, brother.
Though granted, it does reuse some sound designs of, well, a certain iguana, but that fuck it. No, he did it better. This guy did it better. this is Godzilla. Fuck that fucking iguana, fish-eating, mouth-breast piece of shit.
Damn it, Don.
This
I
is
fucking love it
Godzilla.
when you go on tangents. I fucking love it.
But yeah, this is Godzilla. What he originally was, what he's supposed to be. But yes, some people may prefer the more heroic and life-saving Godzilla, like the main guy here, Gfanatic. But well, I just prefer that destruction motif of the God of Destruction.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, man. I totally fucking get it, because that's where Godzilla originated from. He's meant to symbolize the horrors of nuclear war. So, I mean, it's always a good thing when a movie harkens back to the original theme of the first movie, which, given the entries that we're going to have in the next one, I think there's some validity to that.
But yeah, I'll leave it off for here because I might go on a bit more and just a bit too long. Anyways, yeah, that'll be it for Godzilla Millennium, Godzilla 2000, however you may want to call it. That is my top 5.
Amen, brother. And now, let's get on to number 4. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for our number 4 picks, we both have some of the newer Godzilla movies. Noah has picked the 2019 film known as
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
And I have chosen the 2016 blockbuster kick-ass Godzilla movie, Shin Godzilla.
Or if you would like to say Godzilla Rage Again, because some people do call it that.
You know what? Alright, fair enough.
Even though that title is for another movie from
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna harken too much about that.
I mean, I know the title for Shin Godzilla is going to be Surgeons, but
all right. You want to talk first, or do you want me to?
You go ahead, man. You go ahead.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Shin Godzilla. The 2016 film that took the world by storm, won Best Picture in Japan, and, well, frankly, it had a bigger impact than the 2014 Godzilla movie. Which, I mean, all things considered, I do prefer the 2014 Godzilla movie over this one. Spoilers! But I'm also not going to sit here and pretend that Shin Godzilla didn't have an amazing amount of quality. I know this is technically breaking the rules because Shin Godzilla isn't technically a Godzilla, but quite frankly, I don't give two fucks.
I mean,
So
it's still
yeah,
Godzilla.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
it's still
yeah,
Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla. Where do I begin? This movie. All right, yeah. Let's talk about the main man himself, Shin Godzilla. First of all, the design is fucking brilliant. A mixture between a gross, disgusting version of the 1954 original design mixed with more modernized versions of what we associate with horror. Shin Godzilla is, and I'm not just talking about its final form either. No, his first two forms, first two visible forms, so basically his second two forms, those are also horrifying. Some people may call Kamata-kun cute, but I just think it's fucking creepy. And
Me being one of those guys.
yeah, but yeah, man, I mean, just everything about Shin Godzilla's design is just so fucking creepy and just fucking badass in general. Even if some scenes just just leave you scratching your head, like, what the fuck is that? Like, tail beam. Insert tail beam.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, just this movie most definitely is one of the best ways to summarize Godzilla as as just a character in general. Because, once again, harkening back to the original theme of, Godzilla himself, he's supposed to be a symbol for nuclear war and the horrors therein. And quite frankly, that didn't stop them from having a good time and showing off some of the goofiest shit that Godzilla's done in the franchise. So,
Well, then again, it is Toho's own movie, so they could, and monsters, so they could probably experiment.
well,
And we
yeah.
got Shin Godzilla as a
Well,
result.
then there's the simple fact that people are gonna bring up the '98 movie, and it's like, yeah, Shin
That's
Godzilla may be
not
radically.
Toho.
What's up?
That's not Toho. That
Well-
is no.
Well,
They don't have
even excluding the fact that Toho didn't make the '98 movie, even excluding that fact, Shin Godzilla still gets the basic characteristics of the character down. He's impervious to all forms of conventional weaponry. He has atomic energy that makes him seem powerful enough to be reminiscent of a fucking destroyer god. And quite frankly, he makes '98 look like a bitch. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, since I know you're going to have Shin Godzilla on your list at some point, man.
I mean, I have after this fourth one, I have 3 left, and after some executive decisions, I've really changed my, stuff.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to you, Noah, where you're talking about Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
It's been 5 years after 2014. 5 years is all it took for Godzilla to re-emerge alongside his most iconic rival, Ghidorah, the three-headed. I already said that. Anyways, Godzilla King of the Monsters, a hard decision between this and the 2014 movie, which still an amazing movie. I'm no shame on that. It's an amazing movie. But the reason why I went for 2019's Godzilla King of the Monsters without the exclamation point was simply because of the wider cast of monsters and the three-headed devil. Which, my God, was he a terrifying foe.
Oh, fucking A, man. You're not kidding at all.
He put the pain in the game. He had Godzilla looking down. He had him huffing, he had him puffing. Bro dropped them from the atmosphere. Like, who does that?
A badass, that's who.
Hold on, let me just put away Destroyer real quickly because he's gonna have something to say about this. But yeah, overall, I simply enjoy this movie for the monster action and the comeback of Ghidorah, which we have not seen since 2001, unless you count Final Wars, which, well, he's dubbed Kaiser Ghidorah, but technically it's different, so fuck off.
Yeah.
But yes, I do overall enjoy this movie, and also the sort of return of a critical state of Godzilla, which did not kill him this time.
Yep, the burning Godzilla form,
Yep.
which was absolutely beautiful to watch on screen.
Though it does keep in mind that it took that to beat Ghidorah, so.
Yep.
And at least in this time, Ghidorah wasn't getting as jumped.
Yeah. Insert destroy all monsters flashbacks. Poor motherfucker got jumped by 8 other kaiju.
That shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
They did not let him cook. They did not. This movie, well, yeah, definitely has its flaws, and the over implication of, you know, the main synopsis of pollution and shit. They overstated that a bit too much. But yeah, adding this monster and also introducing some unique monsters not seen before was also a joy to behold. As a lot of people actually do like the new kaiju in Godzilla King of Monsters, one of the more popular ones being Behemoth.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, this movie did bring some pretty cool kaiju to the mix, while also bringing back some classic monsters.
Chef's kiss. Mothra and Rodan.
I'm just saying, if they were to implement some more of the Showa Ghidorah designs onto this MonsterVerse Ghidorah, it would genuinely actually be my favorite. But in terms of
no
design wise, I do prefer
man.
Showa. But yeah, in terms of design wise, I do prefer Showa. But in terms of character, ooh, that's going to have to go to Legendary Verse. Bro, for real, was a devil. And also the personality that this movie gave each head. We don't really see that now, do we?
No, we don't.
Each head had its own personality. Ichi, Ni, and San. Which in Japanese is just 1, 2, 3, but yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah, I'm gonna leave it off to there, so it's time for the last 3.
Indeed. On number 3 spots. You ready, Noah?
Yes, I am.
And coming in at number 3, I'm using one of my few double Godzilla feature choices. I am doing Godzilla against Mechagodzilla in 2014. And rather conveniently, Noah is also picking Godzilla against Mechagodzilla 2002 as his top 3 pick.
Yup.
Fuck.
This was gonna happen eventually, man.
Yeah.
It was gonna happen eventually.
So yeah, man, go ahead and take it away since I got 2 movies to talk about here.
Alright. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. And at least it's not called Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 3 this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first. Godzilla. I do not care if he looks like Meyer, whatever the fuck you want to dub that name. He is his own Godzilla. He has distinct differences which make him stand out. And he has amazing facial expressions.
Yeah.
He actually shows that, like, oh shit, motherfucker.
Right.
Oh, and again, I love that they still use that choice of making Godzilla this force of nature that's come back and has resurged to cause destruction. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other side of the title, we have Mechagodzilla, otherwise known as Kiryu. Because boy, does this thing have character. Design. Oh, I don't care whoever the fuck has to say. He has the best Mechagodzilla design. I will fight people on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole idea of using the bones of the 1954 original was brilliant. Because if you think about it, it does make sense. Having to have this huge skeleton to base around a giant robot to fight essentially an unstoppable force of nature. And also, and a callback to another movie, a unstoppable force going up against an impenetrable wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually.
And the implications that the spirit of the 1954 still resided in those bones made this movie even better because it gave a valid ass excuse to have both monsters rampage.
Yeah. And it made you feel like the one thing that was protecting Japan from Godzilla couldn't really be trusted.
Yep. So overall, this movie was amazing. Definitely go give it a watch. Like, please do. It is great. Just don't mind its sequel.
Yeah. Fuck that thing.
Even if Godzilla's design did get better with that badass scar, the plot
Yeah.
was meh. Anyways, leave it off there because I know you got quite some words for this brilliant movie. Anyways,
Amen, brother.
it is your turn, my friend, to call upon two movies.
Alright, there goes nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna talk about 2014 Godzilla because, I don't want to immediately talk about Godzilla against Mechagodzilla straight after you just got done. So, but yeah, man. First of all, Godzilla 2014. I fucking adore this movie. And you can call me biased all you want because, yes, this was the first Godzilla movie I ever watched in theaters. It was the first Godzilla movie that I ever got to watch on the big screen. So go ahead, type it all you want. Oh, you just like 2014 because you're biased. No, I'm not liking 2014 because I'm biased. I like 2014 because it has genuine, amazing quality. The 2014 film not only has fantastic writing and amazing visual and special effects, even though, yes, I have stated in the past that I do prefer practical effects over CGI, I still gotta say, man, the monster visuals and shit are just fucking phenomenal. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I personally prefer the 2014 design over the 2019 and 2021 designs for Godzilla. So, I can't. I will die on this fucking hill. And if anyone wants to say that I'm stupid for it, okay, you're entitled to your opinion. But all due respect, you're wrong. And yeah, like one of the main reasons I like 2014 is because not just because his design just looks so fucking good. It's unmistakably Godzilla, but at the same time it's new and unique, and quite frankly, it just stands above the rest as just this amazing looking just warrior, this just fucking grizzled old vet who's ready to rush into combat no matter what the fuck happens. And I just love that about this guy. This, I called Godzilla 1984 one of the closest perfect portrayals of Godzilla, and I still stand by that, but 2014 is the ideological Godzilla for me because, like you said, Noah, I prefer a Godzilla that has a noble heart. I prefer a Godzilla that has a noble and heroic, like, aura to him. I know that that's not the, like, stereotypical, like, you know, thought process of Godzilla, but I can't help myself, dude. 2014 just nails it for me, and I just fucking love the scene where he literally puts his own life on the line to protect a bunch of tiny little humans that are underneath a collapsing building. Like, how much more heroic do you get than that? But that being said, it is now time to talk about my personal favorite Godzilla design of all time. In the movie Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, 2002. Bro, you know that this was gonna be on my list.
Yeah.
You know that the boy was gonna be on my list, alright? Kiryu Goji. I can't really express in such a short amount of time how I feel about Kiryu Goji. So instead, I'ma sing it.
Oh dear.
Oh, fuck yeah, boy. Yeah, Kiryu Goji, he's the GOAT, y'all. Yeah, he never gives up. He keeps on punching his way like he just can't stop. Yeah, Kiryu Goji, he's the best of the best. He keeps flexing in the battle like a man possessed, cause it ain't no test. Yeah, Kiryu Goji, he may be lacking in power, but he's king of the drift. Did I say it too loud? Did the mic cut out?
I can't tell.
I'm gonna have to check the audio on that one. But yeah, man, fucking, I can't help myself. Kiryu Goji and Godzilla against Mechagodzilla as a whole, I fucking love this movie. I can never, in a million years, express to you how much the designs for both Kiryu and Godzilla just jump off the fucking screen for me. This is a perfect interpretation of Godzilla for me. Just the classic color palette, the absolutely amazing personality, and just the simple fact that we never actually get to know why Godzilla came to the city in the first place. It's implied that he may have been, you know, searching for something, but we never really get to know. We don't get confirmation. And all due
He's
respect,
just
this
there.
sequel movie is just wrong, so, you know. And yeah, man, I mean, you already mentioned Kiryu in, when you talked about this movie, so I'm not gonna really delve too much into Kiryu. But just, dude, with my number one pick on this list, if someone were to genuinely take the designs for Godzilla against Mechagodzilla's Godzilla and Kiryu and put them in place of the Godzilla and Mechagodzilla for my number one spot, spoilers, sorry. Yeah, then I would fucking fully fund that project. Anyways, man,
I'm down for that.
with that being said, let's move on to number two. Oh, dude, I don't even know what to say after that one. Yeah, well, let's move on to number two. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at number two for our top 10 best Godzilla movies. I want to get a disclaimer out the way. I changed my number two spot twice because I didn't want to interfere with Noah's list, but yeah, well, it happens. Yeah, number two for Noah, he selected the 2001 film
Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, all out monsters attack!
Giant Monsters on Attack, but okay, well, we can forgive the typo.
I like saying it because most of the time we both know it's just referred as GMK, which is not the full title. It's just Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah.
Yeah. And now, for my number 2 pick, honestly, man, you know what? I couldn't really have this any other way. King Kong versus Godzilla, 1962. It's not actually my number 2, but you know, I mean, I'm a flexible man. We can do this.
It's still a good film.
Yeah.
And
So do you want to talk
also-
first, or do you want me to?
I might, you go ahead. You go ahead first.
All right, here we go. So, King Kong versus Godzilla, 1962. First of all, this movie, I am genuinely going to say that I do, on some level, feel that this movie is better than the 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong. And I can already see the comments. Well, how can you say that? This movie came out in 1962, and the new one just looks so much better. Yeah, and to an extent, you're right. But I will say that the writing vastly is superior in this film to the 2021 film. Not only are all of the characters very well acted and very well written, but also Godzilla and Kong don't really feel like monsters in this movie. They feel... How to best describe this? They feel like two famous wrestlers that everyone's placing bets on.
Well, that's literally a way you can say it. It's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, just the simple fact that this movie, not only was it the first movie for both monsters to be in color, but it was also one of the first movies that genuinely had, human characters that just embraced how goofy and stupid of an idea giant monsters brawling in the modern day would be. And that is one of the driving factors of this film, the fact that they let the campiness and the cheesiness set in completely for this film, and they were just like, fuck it, let's just make it a comedy. Of which they succeeded at with Mr. Taco. But yeah, man. And not only that, but okay, I'll be the first to admit, the King Kong design, they kind of shat on Kong.
Bro, what those arms doing though?
Yeah. I do kind of feel bad for what they did to Kong in this movie, but Godzilla himself looks amazing. And frankly, I love watching the fight between Godzilla and Kong on, not just in their first encounter, but also on the final battle of Mount Fuji, because they just both seem so natural in their fight, and they both seem so fucking entertaining to watch. And yeah, man,
also,
I mean...
This is also the hints of, well, the Godzilla series going in more, well, child-friendly manner.
Yeah. The cheesy, campy aspect.
Yep. And also
but with
the
all
iconic...
that being said, man... What's up?
Also, the iconic Godzilla victory dance first started here.
Yeah. Cue it up. Alright, Noah. Your number 2 pick, GMK, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Attack.
Oh,
Take it away,
long-ass
my
title,
good
but
man.
who cares? The long-ass title, but man, does this movie succeed in so many ways.
Amen, brother.
Who would ever think of having the ghosts of World War II spirits come back and form the beast that will haunt everyone? The one that shows no mercy, one who could sometimes ironically say is soulless. It's a matter of fact that he's made of the souls. But other than that, oh, does this harbor back all the way to the 1954 original with Godzilla, straight up, no cap, is basically the same Godzilla, just amplified in terms
And
of
resurrected
power.
from the dead. Don't forget, man.
Oh yeah, straight up. Then also with the matter of fact, with the seemingly, who would have thought, twist of, well, who would normally be the villain in this scenario, well not this scenario, but multiple of the scenarios, being a protector of sorts, which you would not really think for one that destroys planets. Ain't that right, Ghidorah?
Yep.
With other than the strange choice, which honestly, I don't mind really, because genuinely, Ghidorah, well, being a good guy, is still rather badass. Especially with his design. Because
Yeah, he looks fucking awesome.
if you pay attention, Godzilla is shown to be actually bigger than Ghidorah. Which just makes this Godzilla more frightening, because if you consider this Ghidorah still being a protector, that just implies that everyone is in danger. Because Godzilla is merciless. He is soulless. Well, he's made of souls, but shut up. This Godzilla is out for revenge. He wants to cause death and destruction. He wants it's just revenge. That's just put it blatantly. Then having
and
Ghidorah.
they absolutely went out of their way to showcase that too, because this is one of the few Godzilla movies where we actually graphically get to see people getting hurt and trampled underfoot.
And then that one certain scene where Godzilla passes by a hospital. That one
Yep.
girl. Oh. She thought she was safe. She thought she was okay. But no. And his name is Godzilla! Well, to be more bluntly, Godzilla's tail.
You motherfucker! That's great!
But yeah, this movie emphasizes on Godzilla's more, well, evil deeds, one could say.
Yeah.
And boy, not only that, the soundtrack.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, it hits so different. It just, And not only that, the designs of each of the monsters were amazing.
Amen, brother.
Oh.
Still there?
And also, this movie having the first female to being able to act as a kaiju was adorable.
Yeah.
He was-
Insert the clip. And there you go.
And also having Godzilla being able to dance.
Yeah. Oh, dude, please tell me you're going to post that. There we go. Yes. Yes. All right, man.
Bro may be soulless, but he got them moves. He will style on you.
You fucker. Alright. Alright. Well, now, Noah, are you done talking about GMK?
Yeah, I'll hold back most of my things for number ones.
Alright. Yeah, guys. So, with that out of the way, me and Noah are going to go ahead and move on to our number ones. And, well, we're going to leave you guys with a few honorable mentions.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fires inside me must be unleashed. People talking, not may come. Fighting's just begun, but there's no stopping me from spreading out my wings. Let's fly high, concentrate my power. In the final hour, in the end, I am gonna win. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, 'cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear, I think it's clear. Let's kick it up.
Alright, Noah. For your number one spot, you picked two different movies. Go ahead and talk
Yep.
about them, bro. 1999, not 1999, 1995's Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and 1989's Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Oh, well, one of these was blatantly obvious if everybody's been following, and they probably know what I was gonna say, because boy, do I love Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Because my god, that film just introduces a villain like no other, which, in my opinion, is just the devil. Straight up, no other way to say it. He is just the devil, taking on Godzilla in one of his most powerful states yet. He was a force to be reckoned with, and a vengeful one at that. But, as my other number one, surprisingly, yet climbing up the ranks of my favorites, which I've just come to love more and more, Godzilla vs. Biollante. A straight-up tragic tale of a father who lost his daughter, yet brilliant but mad at the same time. My little way of saying he's a mad scientist.
Yeah.
And as the result, this movie brings up many stuff, and the threat of Godzilla literally being a threat if, like, is to the human characters. They were going to release Godzilla.
Literally holding the entirety of Japan to ransom with Godzilla as the hostage.
Essentially, yeah. Basically, you don't give us what we want, then well, we are all going to die. Here, have Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla versus Biollante. No, Godzilla versus Destroyer. There we go. I had Biollante in the mind. But yeah, God versus Destroyer. Oh, I fucking love this film. Because, my god, does it have the reoccurring characters, and so some, unfortunately, did not show as well as they did in previous films.
Yeah.
But just characters of Godzilla, Destroyer, and the little one now called Junior. Because my god, my man, he put up a fucking fight.
Yeah.
He ain't the son of Godzilla for no reason, Manila.
He went from a weakling to a warrior. I have been waiting fucking months to redeem myself for that stupid ass fucking line from our Godzilla-thon. I finally did it! There you go!
But yeah, Godzilla Jr., while did fight a previous form of Destroyer, which is weaker, but still a dangerous foe, simply because of the micro-oxygen and the threat it poses. But he fought back like a champ. He brought the name of Godzilla to actual pride, unlike Manila. God, that man was... Junior was amazing. But unfortunately, Destroyer is but a vengeful one. But, with that in mind, Godzilla is also a vengeful one. He ain't gonna let his son fucking die like that. He's gonna get his revenge, for with rage and sorrow did this man start bursting with even more power, even though his life was also coming to an end. So,
Insert Super
I love
Saiyan
this
joke here.
But yeah, I just come to love both of these movies so much. One, because in my mind they have amazing story. I just love it. Designs of both, essentially. Well, would you consider Godzilla to be the antagonist of GVB?
Oh, fuck no.
Because if you think about it, there's not much making Biollante the antagonist either. She's literally just
Oh no,
a
in Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla and Biollante are both basically victims of circumstance. They're not villains. They're more or less just... They're not plot devices, clearly, but they're more or less just victims of circumstance, dude.
well, yeah. But as I was trying to go with what I was trying to say is the designs are bloody brilliant. With Biollante essentially being the first huge ass kaiju to be essentially more, well, it's just a pain to fucking make, really.
Yeah.
Not much else to say. It was hard trying to do something like Biollante, which is why we don't see more kaijus that are like Biollante anymore.
Yeah. Well, with the advent of CGI, that may change.
Oh yeah. It's fuck CGI.
Yeah.
Because boy, Biolante's design, both designs, yes, both, because she has two forms, are just splendid. And, oh, she is a tragic character, really. Because if you think, she just wants to pass on, but she is remaining in this realm because her father could not bear the loss, which I can't really blame him. Imagine being a parent, but still living, and your child dies. It's not something you can handle easily.
Yeah, no, it's believable. And unfortunately, given the fucking world we live in, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. And as a quote, as I'm going to say from another movie franchise that I grew up with, no father should live longer than their child.
Yeah.
Which, if any of you could recognize the quote that I took it from Bravo, then may you have this ring to bear.
Fuck yes.
But yeah, these two movies I simply love, and also hearkening back to Destroya, who is such a fucking menace to not only being able to take on Godzilla in his most powerful state, but also simply, well, best way I can really say it is, well, kind of, unfortunately, in a way, humiliate him.
Yeah.
Destroya was not something you should underestimate. For God's sake, just take a look at this.
I fucking knew you were gonna do it! I fucking knew it!
Bro, really, just... I'm sorry, but Destroya was so cold, man. He was fucking cold with that.
Oh fuck! Remind me not to get into a comedy club or anything with you fresh coming off of a cold, because you're about to kill me.
But yeah, these two movies I have as my number one. I just love Biollante. Grew in my heart a lot more like a vine growing with flourish. I tried to make a joke there. I failed miserably. I'm so sorry, Biollante.
That's all good, man.
But yeah, these two, Destroya, Biollante, Godzilla, and Junior, love them all. And if you think about it, they all do. Destroya, well, technically does take some of Junior's cells, so
yeah,
in a way, they are all technically speaking related. related. No.
You fucker. Okay. That's a real fucked up
Violante
way to think about
essentially
it, but alright.
with Violante essentially being Godzilla's sister, Destroya just taking some of those cells, becoming Junior's brother. It's a way to look at it, you know.
Not a very comforting way to look at it, though.
Because if you do look at it that way, this family's kind of fucked up, really.
Kinda? Shit.
At least it's not as bad as some other families I know. Ugh.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, just shove
Yeah,
those aside.
let's go on. Let's go on to your number one, which I know you've been waiting anxiously to say.
Oh, dude, here we go.
On that.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Noah has listed his 2 top picks for the number 1 Godzilla movie in his opinion. I have changed my list a number of times due to trying to avoid Noah getting in Noah's way and repeating the same movies. But there's absolutely no fucking way I was changing the placement of this movie. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 Godzilla movie of Gfanatic 94. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1993. AKA, just Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2.
Or if you want to call it Godzilla vs. Super Godzilla, which is a way to differentiate it.
You know what? Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, man. Oh, dude. Where do I even begin? If you guys know anything about me and know anything about when me and Noah were doing our Godzilla-thon, you guys know that I enjoy good writing above all else. You guys know that in terms of just movies in general, I prefer well-told stories. I don't give a fuck how ugly the monsters are, how weird anything is executed in the movie. As long as the writing is good, I consider it a good film. As long as it's good writing that's executed properly. And I am not kidding you when I say that I personally believe Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1993 is the best told Godzilla story of all time. They're not my favorite designs. Certainly not Mechagodzilla, certainly not Rodan, certainly not Godzilla, and certainly not Baby Godzilla.
I mean, to be fair, there's no other Baby Godzilla, so...
True, actually true. But yeah, just... These may not be my favorite designs, but everything about this fucking movie is just fantastic. I'll talk about the monsters here in a second, but first I want to talk about the human aspect and how just the story that they tell is just awesome. First of all, the story of this movie, yes, Godzilla is absolutely integral to the plot. Once again, more on him in a minute. But the human aspect of this film, it's just incredible. Yes, I will admit, some aspects of the human story do feel a bit rushed, and frankly, half of the Baby Godzilla's inclusion in the film just feels forced. But I don't really see that as a bad thing overall in this film as a whole. Because, quite frankly, what they do in order to make up for it more than fucking makes up for all of the bad shit that they do. The human characters are each individually well written, well crafted, and well acted. And even though they don't necessarily have their own big overarching character arcs, each of them do have very entertaining characters that make them fun to watch on screen. And frankly, Miki Sagusa. Miki Sagusa is barely in the movie until the last half of the movie, but she's still one of the more entertaining characters of the film. And a lot of people are not going to like the general in the movie, the dude who's the captain of Mechagodzilla, because frankly, yeah, his attitude does come off as him being somewhat of a dick. But honestly, I kind of like his character. Not because of the fact that, I like watching the nerd character get bullied, but his character not only seems believable, but it also seems very, very appropriate for the scenario. That being said, I now want to talk about the monsters of this movie.
Here, let me help you out with that actually. With this 1 second video.
Oh no. Oh no. Yes! Oh, that's fucking great. Yeah, that. Replay that. Damn it, no, I fucking love it when you're around. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the monsters. First of all, these may not be my favorite designs for the characters, and in fact, Mechagodzilla's design does seem a bit dopey, but they're not
Clickbait.
bad. What's up?
Clickbait. Poster. Clickbait.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no. The designs for the monsters in this film, whereas they're not perfect, they are fucking amazing. And me personally, I think that this is one of the best portrayals of Godzilla ever. And the reason I say that is because, as I already said, Godzilla is not only integral to the plot, but more specifically, his interactions with the baby Godzilla are the most integral to the plot. What I mean by that is because of the baby Godzilla, and because of the fact that chasing after the baby Godzilla essentially forces Godzilla to go to Japan, Godzilla single-handedly, in one movie, gets more character development in the entirety of his franchise than any other film, or any other series of films for that matter, in this one movie. Straight up. Godzilla may as well be a fucking anime protagonist in this film. And that is not a bad thing.
I mean, to be fair, it is made in Japan, so...
Yep. And I've went at great length discussing different scenes and shit of this movie that just make it so much better for me. But, yeah, overall, I just love this movie, and frankly, there is no fucking way that I can describe to you the quality of this film and just the storytelling in general of this movie in the short amount of time that I have. Because even though I am fully intending on rambling on about this for as long as I can, there's only so much I can say in a short amount of time. So... with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's one last thing I do want to say about Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1993 before we get out of here, and that is, if you guys are a fan of watching giant monsters and just watching, just watching a more humanistic aspect to more savage and brutal beasts, you're gonna love this one. You are absolutely going to love this one. And Godzilla may not be a hero in this movie, but he doesn't have to be in order to be one of the best versions of himself there ever was. So yeah, I mean, that's it, Noah. That's our top 10 favorite Godzilla movies. I'm going to play this little clip one last time. Just the perfectly cut off time. Yes. Yeah, man. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I was going to try and post a certain thing, but I don't think I'll have enough time, so, fuck it.
Alright.
Well, guys, as the main man, Gfanatic, said, if you want to watch a movie, just watch that, or just also, watch Godzilla Destroy or Violence,
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, any of the movies that appeared on this list, just feel free to watch those, because you are genuinely going to have a good time. And I feel like that's one of the things that's like the charm of Godzilla, is that Godzilla has movies that literally anyone in any sort of like specific fan base can find a movie in the Godzilla franchise that they like. If you want a movie about, you know, family and what it means to be a good dad, or what it means to just connect with your loved ones, Godzilla's got a movie for that. If you want a movie that's just straight up action, fuck everything else, just shooting, just all types of badass shit, Godzilla's got a movie for that. If you want a movie that, you know what? If you want a movie that if you want a horror movie, Godzilla's got a movie for that. If you want a time travel plot that makes absolutely no sense but is all the better for it, Godzilla's got a movie for that.
Just straight up, have a joy of a time.
Oh, what's this? Okay. Yep. That's as good a way as any to end it. We'll see y'all in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, long live the motherfucking king.
King of the monsters.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick reminder before the end of the video, I would like to ask y'all to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And if you'd be so inclined, I would not mind it if y'all would share this video with anyone you deem fit. But with that being said, that's everything we have for today, and have a good one.